Final Fantasy. It's silent. You can see it going nuts in the background because it doesn't like me being alt-tabbed, but ooh, noise. Alright. Let's play some Final Fantasy X. Ooh. Ooh. Yes. Standard. You cannot switch grids. No. Expert. You cannot switch grids in game. Well, you don't explain the difference. You standard then. I know the standard one. Okay. All right. I do remember this music. Ooh. Yeah, we're gonna do arranged music because they took the time to actually do this. Why not? Yeah, play the arranged soundtrack. Looks a little better than the PS2 version. Just a little. So story time. Titus is going to tell us a story, but I'm going to tell a story on top. This is the first PlayStation 2 game that I got when I got my PS2. 2002, I think. It was shortly after the release of Final Fantasy X. And for Christmas, I had asked for... Because, yeah, that's right, I asked for it for Christmas. I said, hey, I'd like a PlayStation 2 and a copy of Metal Gear or Final Fantasy. Knowing that at the time that Metal Gear Solid 2 had been out for a little while, and I wanted to play that. So I ended up with a copy of Final Fantasy X, and actually, no, I got the copy of Metal Gear and Ace Combat 4, because my dad wanted to play Ace Combat, and admittedly, I got hooked on Ace Combat, but I had also received some gift cards, so we went to the local EB Games, and I saw Final Fantasy X, and I was like, you know what, I gotta have this. I love Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9. Never had any of them because I didn't own a PlayStation at the time, but I said, I'm going to play 10. And, you know, visually, and at the time it was amazing. And the fact that it was the first Final Fantasy game to have voiceover work was also amazing.
Listen to my story.
Of course, the voice acting's terrible, but
This may be our last chance.
this may be our last chance to relive such a terrible monstrosity of a video game. Actually, I shouldn't even call it a monstrosity. This is a pretty solid Final Fantasy game, and as somebody who grew up playing the Super Nintendo, like, I started with original Final Fantasy as a kid, and then played forward. You know, Final Fantasy 3 is still my favorite. 7 was great. 8 was pretty solid. 9 was great. You know, I played Mystic Quest. I was into Final Fantasy, and for a long time, they were the game that really kind of, between that, Chrono Trigger, and a couple of other RPGs, they were really the games that I played the most of on my consoles. And it was one of those things where I would look at, you know, here comes Vagrant Hearts, or, you know, all these weird offshoot RPGs, and none of them ever clicked with me. But the PlayStation 2 had such a great plethora of games. There was Final Fantasy X, there was Rogue Galaxy, there was Wild Arms games. There was all kinds of great role-playing experiences. Dark Cloud 2. You know, I look at my shelf of games that I still have, and it's like, I bought a ton of RPGs that I will never go back and play. Grandia 2 I tried to play through, and that's a cool game with a lot of neat stuff in it, but I got nothing. Arc the Lad, I have all the Arc the Lad games that came out, and it's like, these are all solid video games, but I don't have 80 hours to plug into a game anymore.
Can I have your autograph?
Of course you can have my autograph.
Of course.
I'm a wonderful blitzball player. Yeah, I'm Titus. That's Titus. Oh no, Titus.
Good luck tonight.
Yeah,
Nothing to worry
because
about.
blitzball's amazing, right?
Oh, if I score a goal, I'll, do this. That will mean it was for you, okay?
Ha ha ha.
What seat?
He's blocking the front row. Fifth from the right.
Got it.